Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
2 people rushed to the hospital tonight after a high-speed crash that started with a traffic stop.
City of Warren unveiling an ambitious plan to create a new walkable downtown, where it would be built and how much it could cost the city.
We're going to begin, though, with multiple rounds of rain on the way.
Ben, we've been mostly dry tonight, but we could get hit with more than 2 inches of rain by Saturday morning.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a very wet Friday for some, not for everybody. There's going to be quite a difference in rainfall totals, and we'll show you here in a second. But Storm Tracker 4 was quiet for the vast majority of us tonight. Feels like we stole one when we were watching for that severe threat, and it really never materialized. You can see that we did see some showers develop in the evening hours, mainly downriver and over into Windsor. Those are now gone. We get a little bit of a break, but the rain comes back overnight, and you can see it already starting to take shape there across northern parts of Indiana. It starts pushing in here after midnight, and once we wake up tomorrow morning, at least areas south of 8 Mile will already have seen a few showers, and then those continue to keep coming, and they intensify during the day, especially in the afternoon where there'll be embedded thunderstorms. Not anticipating any severe weather. It's the amount of rain that'll be the big story, and that'll last through at least daybreak on Saturday morning. You saw that not everybody is going to get the same amount of liquid. It's the southern half that'll see the biggest totals, and we'll run down those numbers in your 4-zone forecast coming up in a few minutes. Guys?
All right, Ben, and with these rounds of rain coming, make sure to wake up with Local 4 News today for weather and traffic on the 4s starting at 4:30 a.m. Some breaking news just in that will be welcome to many. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada should be in a position to start allowing fully vaccinated Americans into the country as soon as the middle of next month for non-essential travel. The plan is then to open the border to vaccinated travelers from all countries by September. The U.S.-Canadian border, of course, has been closed to all non-essential travel since March 21st of last year in an effort to slow the spread of COVID.
A violent crash under investigation tonight on Detroit's west side that started with police trying to pull over a driver. The end result, 2 people in the hospital, 1 in critical condition. Larry Spruill is at Detroit Police Headquarters. And Larry, still a lot of questions about what happened here.
Kimberly, a lot of questions indeed, and Detroit police are investigating everything about this crash, like why the driver took off, what happened at that intersection, and the crash itself. Meanwhile, I spoke to witnesses about the crash. Take a listen.
I saw him flying this way, so bam.
Glenn Hall is describing the aftermath of a crash that shut down the intersection of Dexter and Ewald for most of Thursday night. Detroit police say it happened around 4:55 when an officer pulled over a BMW for not displaying a tag. That's when the BMW took off.
Pretty fast, over 70, I know.
That driver then crashed into a van at the intersection when he ran the red light. You can see both cars crumble to pieces. But here's where things get interesting. Several witnesses say
there was a high-speed chase that culminated with 2 vehicles meeting each other in an intersection.
I came from this way.
Okay.
He was driving from this way. Police chase at that gas station from down that way.
But when I asked Detroit police about the chase, the officers did not chase the vehicle.
We're reviewing video footage from the squad car. We're reviewing green light cameras in the area. Again, a comprehensive investigation is underway. At this time, it appears the vehicle fled from the officers.
And so the driver that was in the van that was hit by that suspect, he is expected to be okay. Meanwhile, the suspect is in critical condition. We are live at police headquarters tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Yeah, okay, Larry, thank you. Well, around the same time as that crash, state police in Inkster chased a 16-year-old driving a stolen Dodge Charger. The chase started near Beach Daily and Michigan Avenue. Troopers tried a pit maneuver. That didn't work. A few minutes later, another pit maneuver stopped the car. Troopers say they took 6 juveniles, ages 14 to 16, into custody. One had a felony warrant for possessing a stolen car. The 16-year-old driver was taken to the Wayne County Juvenile Facility.
City of Warren is considering building a brand new downtown, complete with luxury apartments, retail, and what the mayor says would be the most upscale hotel in Macomb County. Plans ambitious. They would require around $30 million in bonds. Mara McDonald live at Warren City Hall. And Mara, I guess that's where this proposed downtown would be?
Well, Devin, yes. So take a look behind me. That building in the distance you see is Warren City Hall. Now, the plot of land that I'm standing on right now would be the home of a new Marriott Tribute Hotel, which, according to Marriott, is an independent boutique hotel under the Marriott banner. It is a key portion of this new downtown proposal. Let me show you. What would a Warren downtown look like? The developers envision a walkable community built up around City Hall with 500 apartments with rents starting for a studio at $11.25 a month, about 20 shops, as well as dining in what Mayor Fouts said would be a Papa Joe's type grocery store.
We will have walkable green space for millennials and seniors.
Creating a downtown has been discussed for years. The city put out a request for proposal and has chosen a developer out of Indianapolis and a planner out of Birmingham for the project. The developer would put up $140 million. The city would have to bond out for $30 million to make it a go. And city council members who got a first look at the plans tonight have many questions about the financial component here.
There wasn't one part in this presentation that said you're allowed to spend public tax dollars for a solely private purpose. And that's the problem I have right now. I think it's a beautiful development.
And there are concerns about the feasibility of the project, especially with the struggles of outdoor malls like Partridge Creek to the north. Public reaction was mixed tonight.
There's no way the city of Warren needs a downtown.
This has been well thought out. It's a good thing for the city.
Back here live, city council members were attentive throughout the entire, unveiling of this. But I will tell you, they were more interested to hear what their bond counsel had to say, which was that, yes, the city is in a financial position to put out these bonds for 20 years. We are live in Warren tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Mara, if council signs off on it, is anybody talking about what the timeline for this to happen would be like?
Let me emphasize, Devin, that if this council signs off on this, it is a huge if. However, if that was to happen fairly quickly, we're talking about shovels in the ground potentially by this time next year with a completion plan probably 2 to 3 years in the making.
Fascinating.
Back to you.
Yeah, fascinating. All right, Mara.
The University of Michigan announcing major changes to how it addresses sexual misconduct. In the upcoming months, the university will be creating a new Equity, Civil Rights, and Title IX office that will investigate sexual assault and harassment allegations. The new department will be assigning victims as well as those accused of sexual assault their own specialist who will serve as the primary point of contact throughout the investigation. The changes were announced at today's Board of Regents meeting where multiple survivors of Dr. Robert Anderson spoke.
These are strong initiatives to get us on the right path to address the common themes that we've heard over the past year and beyond. A lack of accountability throughout the university and a fear of retaliation, which leads to fear of reporting.
What I know to be true, far beyond a reasonable doubt, is that Dr. Anderson did these awful things to me and to others. I spoke up so that they would know they are not alone. Dr. Anderson's victims were not just men. They were not just athletes. It seems that anyone could have been a target of his depravity.
The university says the director of the new Equity, Civil Rights, and Title IX office will report directly to the university president.
Federal help will be coming to thousands of families who are still cleaning up after last month's historic flooding. Today, President Biden approving a disaster declaration for Wayne and Washtenaw counties, and that frees up federal money in the recovery effort. It includes grants for temporary housing, loans, home repairs. We've posted the information on how to apply for that assistance on clickondetroit.com.
A registered sex offender is accused of exposing himself to young girls at an Eastpointe park. Police arrested 63-year-old Martin Haskins after identifying him as the man who exposed himself to 2 girls Tuesday night at Kennedy Park. Investigators say he does have a past history of inappropriate behavior. He now faces several charges, including indecent exposure. Tonight, the FDA has a timeline for when a vaccine for younger children could be available.
An FDA official says a vaccine for kids under the age of 12 is expected by midwinter. Trials were launched this spring with the results due back in the fall for regulators to look over and consider. Meanwhile, health officials in Los Angeles bringing back the indoor mask mandate for everyone, regardless of vaccine status, because of rising cases we're seeing there and many other parts of the country right now.
Still ahead, a little girl narrowly escapes death when her car crashes into her family's home.
Shocking surveillance video coming up. Also, what a Good Samaritan did in the moments that followed, the doctors say saved her life.
But first, a Detroit business owner tracks down her boyfriend's stolen Mercedes-Benz.
8 Mile and Greenfield, I see him. I said, oh my God, this is my car.
Her confrontation with the thief next.